Anyway, it's on to the biggest drama. You guys ready? It's drama time. Drama time with Leaflit. I'm about to cover the biggest drama right now. He's done. That's the drama right here, man. This is the biggest drama right now everyone's talking about.
Austin Metcalf is underway, and ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly unanimous. I mean, everybody who's paying attention to this trial, who has heard the witness testimony, is concluding Karmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf, and it is now largely undisputed. The only people we're seeing dispute this are people disputing it based on race. We're seeing videos from individuals who are black saying, we're going to stand by him no matter what because he's black. In fact, I will show you this video. We have
not racist, by the way, guys. Not racist. Sticking up for someone only because of the color of their skin. Not racist, by the way. Let's not get surprised here. This is not racism. When all you think about is the race of a person, it's not racist.
Activists online saying that they set up an all-white jury to convict this poor black kid who was attacked.
They unironically think that too. Dude, they're so bad. I've actually heard this so many times, actually, but even by like content creators, right? Like you even have prominent content creators saying that you can't be racist against white people. And that, you want to know why? You want to know the irony of it? The reason why they think this is because they're racist. Did you know that? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that weird? Like the reason they think that is because they're racist. Yeah, it's wild.
The witness testimony is actually really clear. And the crazy thing is just how bad the defense attorney is. Or at least, I guess I got to put it this way. It's no contest. Listen, the evidence they have, the witness testimony they have, Karmelo, according to this witness testimony, this is just outright murder.
And also, I forget to mention, by the way, this is what's stupid about this whole thing, right? Is that if they actually did get a race war, if you guys got your race war, you'd lose, right? Like I'm just being real. Like if you actually got into a race war with like all of the white people, you'd lose. Like what are you doing? Like what are you guys doing?
Near self-defense. I mean, this is absolutely insane. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out further, but some are saying we may actually go to the jury today and get these deliberations. My friends, for those that are not familiar with the story, this goes back to the track meet case where Karmelo Anthony, it started to rain. He went under the tent of an opposing track team, and when asked to leave, drew a 3.5-inch blade and stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest, killing him.
Thank you, Central Archetypist. Thank you. This is the first time you've seen you react to Tim Pool. Well, okay. So I actually asked I asked people, and they told me this is the best video. So Tim Pool has the best video on it, so that's why we're watching it. Yeah, but anyway, I don't like race wars, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of race wars in general. So But listen, if there is going to be a race war, I just want to let all the people know, like, white people, I am not a part of this. Okay, like, have some mercy on me, please.
Now have direct witness testimony on the record, and it paints a pretty clear picture.
Listen, I have the card. I got the card from, they said that they called me white. Okay, like. That's gotta count for something,
We're gonna read through everything. Witnesses, even from the defense's side, are saying Karmelo Anthony was wrong. He came in this tent. In fact, there is. He was dabbed in a fist bump, right? But when told, hey, man, you can't be here.
The funny thing is, people will probably, if one of them is watching this, they're gonna clip it and they're gonna use it. They're gonna use, like Leaflit is grifting because she wants to suck up to white people. Perfect. Thank you for the 200. Too late. Honestly, I don't give a shit what they think anymore because they're all retarded. I've realized this recently that I just don't care anymore because they've been so retarded so consistently that it just doesn't even matter what they say anymore. Your ethnicities decided not to be victims. That's what makes them evil to the libs. Dude. and this is what I'm saying, is like this whole race war thing is kind of bullshit in general, because there's a lot of people that don't believe in that. In fact, the people, like, let's be real, the people who actually do believe in like the race thing, they're like not really a strong majority. I mean, maybe it's close to 50-50. I don't know, but it doesn't feel to me that it's really that many people. That's a lot of like I feel like the people that are pushing the same thing are the same people that are actually tyrannizing their own people. Because let's be real, who's like the biggest victims here? The biggest victims are actually the law-abiding black people. If you wanna really talk here, who's the big victims here? They're the ones that don't get good policing anymore because all of these anti-police policies. They're the ones who have to deal with all of the gangs, all of the violence, with Walmart moving out of their town, all of the drugstores having locking up all of their shit. They're the ones that have to deal with it, right? I mean, let's be real, like, I live in a small town. I don't deal with that shit. We don't do that here, so it doesn't really affect me, right? But for the minorities that live in those communities, they're the ones dealing with it. They're the ones having to deal with all sorts of bullshit in their lives because of these people. Just things being run down, ugly, businesses not wanting to set up shop there, which increases the prices of all the stuff there, all of their rent control bullshit. Like, they're the ones who deal with it. I don't. I live in the countryside. You guys can fuck each other over all you want. I mean, obviously, it's not ideal. I don't like that. But I'm as far removed as possible from all your bullshit.
You got to go to someone else's tent. Witnesses said it was very strange that somebody would go into someone else's tent. It never happened. They never even considered doing it. And when this dude was asked over 15 times to leave and refused, threatened these people. Threaten the other teammates, the other individuals, these students.
It's a normal thing to do.
When Austin Metcalf, apparently I believe the witness testimony is that he put his hand on his back to push him out. Before he could even shove, Karmelo Anthony had the blade in his hand and stabbed him in the heart, killing him, throwing the blade, and then running away.
That's a normal thing to do.
It just sounds like straight up murder. I mean, he brought a weapon to the school. He went into their tent, told them to F off. Apparently, Austin Metcalf.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard he had a public defender. Is that true, chat? How the fuck did that happen? Is that real? How the fuck did that happen? He had so much money, dude. They grifted so much money, right? Like, he got so much money from donations and like GoFundMe shit. How did he have a public defender? How is that possible?
Said, dude, I'm not gonna fight you at a track meet. And when he went to push the kid out, he got stabbed. One witness said Austin Metcalf didn't even get a chance to shove him because he was stabbed so quickly. Now, previously I questioned whether or not this would be a murder charge, as murder requires the intent to kill, meaning you decided at that moment for second-degree murder you're going to do it. I would argue, based on the witness testimony we are seeing right now, Karmelo Anthony made that decision to kill Austin Metcalf. I mean, listen, guys, I got to be clear. The evidence that we got coming out, I mean, this seems like an open and shut case.
What the most, you know what, another thing that we need to really take into account is just people with a lack of self-control. Like, this guy has a very clear lack of self-control. Like, he just doesn't understand, you're mad, your emotions, and then letting it control him to do such a crazy thing where you're not really thinking about your future. You're not thinking about where this is going to go. Like, we can't have people like this in society, in a civilized society. Like, maybe if you want to do that, in like a tribal setting where you have warfare amongst tribes, and maybe that's a good trait to have. But then in a civilized society, we can't have that shit. You just can't. You can't have people that act like this. It's just not compatible.
Question beyond all of this: race. We've got, oh boy, do we got racial tensions popping up. We have another murder in Minnesota. A young man who was brutally murdered by Somali migrants, a young white boy. And this is getting people.
You know what's funny about this whole thing, though? It's like, okay, so anytime a white person does something bad against a minority, it like becomes a responsibility of all white people. It's like, oh, look what the white people did. But the instant it's the other way around, oh guys, like, can we talk about this? Like, this is racism, guys, this is racism. This is just one guy. Like, okay, so now you want to go, it's just one person. Okay.
People all riled up over race. But when you have so many black activists saying they don't care if Karmelo Anthony is guilty, I'm going to show you the video. They said we stand by our own. You can see why people are on edge over the racial component of this. Let's jump into the story, my friends. Before we do, head over to timcast.com and click join us.
It's not hard. He's a murderer. He fucking killed a dude. He like we walked it like he did a thing that is ridiculous. He stabbed a guy for like over nothing, like literally nothing. He just did it for no reason. Why? How could you be standing behind him over his race? You should have been like, yo, get the hell out of here. Like, what is this?
Get in that Discord community. We got tens of thousands of people hanging out every single day. And
people making everything about race are so annoying.
If you want to change the world, you can help
They're
others.
So
and
annoying.
They can help you, and we have to come together. So, if you're looking to make friends, play video games, maybe there's a video game. They got the zombie video game servers. They got morning shows, afternoon shows. The community is there for you, and they want you to join them. So be a part of the change. Be the change you want to see in the world. Join us at timcast.com. And when you do, you support the work that I'm doing right now. You make all of this possible. We can't do it without you. Here's the story from Fox News. Witness in Karmelo Anthony murder trial confirm Austin Metcalf's words immediately after attack. Anthony, 19, has pleaded not guilty and claims he acted in self-defense after a dispute over seating. But indeed, we got witness testimony. And even a friend.
Wait, hold on. Chat, hold on. Hold on. Did they pick the most aggressive picture from the other guy? And then for the black guy, they picked the most innocent puppy dog looking picture? Is this real? So stupid. Dude, this is so stupid. Oh my god, bro. How is this real?
Of Karmelo Anthony says he was wrong to do what he did. He was in the wrong. It's not self-defense. You can't just stab somebody because a dude walked up to you. Here's Fox News. Harrowing new witness testimony shed light on the desperate final moments of 17-year-old Texas high school athlete Austin Metcalf's life following the stabbing. They say, here we go, we got some witnesses. A Memorial High School student athlete testified Saturday that students repeatedly asked Karmelo Anthony to leave the team tent and that Anthony allegedly challenged students to fight. The witness said Austin declined, telling him he's not going to fight at a track meet. Moments later.
Hold on. So this guy wanted to get into fights with people, but like not even fair. He wanted to get into fights with people where he had a weapon.
The student testified he heard Austin repeatedly yell that he'd been stabbed before the students fled the area. A second witness, a 16-year-old Memorial High School student from the class of 2027, told the court that immediately after the attack, some of Metcalf's final words was, "He effing stabbed me." Man. Taking the stand later Saturday, a recently graduated 18-year-old from Memorial High School broke down in tears as he recounted the chaotic aftermath of the attack, testifying he heard Metcalf screaming for help. The witness said he returned to assist after initially running from the scene and saw coaches, trainers, and students rushing to help Austin while others held Austin's twin brother, Hunter. The new emotional accounts build on earlier testimony from another student who recalled hearing Metcalf say, "Oh my God," as the reality of the stabbing set in. Karmelo Anthony, 19, faces a first-degree murder charge on the death of Metcalf, who was unable to be resuscitated by high school staff who attempted CPR as he lost consciousness. He later died at the local hospital. My understanding is the knife pierced his heart. Now, here's the thing. Initially, I was saying, how do you get a murder, right? It's a complicated scenario because this is what you got to understand. I know a lot of people are emotional. I would say right now, this is first-degree murder. Potentially, it's second easily, but potentially first-degree. But I'm going to explain. So with the new witness testimony and a clear picture of what's happening, even from the defense's own side, there's some important things to break down. First, let me say this. Before we had any video footage, we had any idea of what happened, things are up in the air. I'm thinking maybe manslaughter, right? You can get there. The story was this initially. I know there's a lot of people who are at one side, a lot of people are at the other side. The initial story was that it started to rain at the track meet. Karmelo Anthony sought refuge under this tent where he was actually friends with one other kid. This kid actually testified that he dabbed him in. They fist bumped as he came to sit down. A dispute came up saying you can't be here. And they told Karmelo Anthony to GTFO. He refused, likely because it was raining. Then when it came to a fight with Austin Metcalf putting his hands on him, he stabbed him. The important thing to understand in the legal issue here is the question of intent to murder. So if you decide in an instant to kill somebody, it's murder. If you plan to kill them, it's first-degree murder. It depends on the jurisdiction, too. So I think there's some potential caveats here as to what first and second degree are in Texas. What it sounds like right now is Karmelo Anthony brought a knife with him to school. This creates a potential for premeditation. Now, I don't know if you need to get there because I believe there's a higher charge than first degree. So this may just be plainly, it sounds to me based on witness testimony, Karmelo Anthony made the decision in that moment to kill Austin Metcalf. I genuinely believe that beyond a reasonable doubt. And reasonable.
Well, like he'd have to justify self-defense, like, which is, and even then, like him having a knife at school is kind of weird.
Is it possible that he was just thinking, I will stab him in the heart and he won't die?
This isn't like a public place, right? Like if this was like a store or something, like fair enough, you have a knife for some reason, right? But having it on you at a school,
I really doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, so here's the point. With the witness testimony, Austin Metcalf putting his hand, I believe, on his back to shove him. But before he could, Karmelo had already gotten the knife out and stabbed him in the chest. So we need to make sure we get the chain of events here clearly. When words are being exchanged and Karmelo Anthony threatens Austin Metcalf saying he'll fight, and he's told, I will not fight you by Austin Metcalf, he then reaches in to grab the knife. And when Austin is trying to remove him, he gets stabbed in the chest, indicating Karmelo Anthony made a decision at that moment before a fight had ensued or any contact was made or there was any threat. In fact, Austin said, I will not fight you. There is zero self-defense here. Zero. Anthony has pleaded not guilty to the charge, with his defense team maintaining.
Dude, what did this guy think he was going to get away with this? Like, what the fuck?
He acted in a split second of fear and chaos.
Either he thought he was going to, there's only two options here, really. Like, he thought he was going to get away with it, or like he thought he was going to get away with it, or he just wasn't thinking at all. It's one or the other.
That's insane. He reached into his bag to get a knife before anything had happened, and after Austin had already said, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet. So there's no threat. In fact, there's a de-escalation of a threat. He's simply asking you to leave, and this dude grabbed the knife, again, before there was any perceived threat, and stabbed him before he could even be shoved. Guys, he intended to kill him. I think the narrative has become clear on this one. Multiple witnesses testified that Anthony arrived uninvited and sat down inside the high school team tent. Fellow students reportedly asked Anthony to leave the tent as many as 15 times. As the situation escalated, witnesses testified that Anthony warned Metcalf, touch me and find out. Touch me, see what happens. During the confrontation, Anthony sat with a backpack on his lap and one hand inside it, leading some students to warn Metcalf not to touch him because they thought he was gripping a concealed weapon. The verbal dispute turned physical when Metcalf reportedly shoved or touched Anthony, prompting Anthony to stand up and stab him with a 3.5-inch folding knife.
Jeez.
Witnesses on Saturday described Anthony as the aggressor, noting Metcalf was unwilling to fight. Body cam footage and officer testimony revealed that a cooperative Anthony made admissions to police saying, I'm not alleged, I did it. He then repeatedly defended his actions, saying he put his hands on me. I told him not to. Indeed, the problem here, I want to make sure this is clear. Previously, I had stated we weren't going to know how this was going to play out for sure. I actually thought that there was a possibility the right was going to get burned on this one until actually the trial happened. I was wrong. Testimony has come out and made it very, very clear. I want to stress this, though. There's a distinction in this case on the issue of self-defense. We're going to actually be hanging out with Andrew Branca tonight to talk to us about this case, as well as Chud the Builder. Let's say you're out minding your own business, and someone walks up to you and tries to grab you. Situation changes. You did not confront them. They did not state they were unwilling to fight. You did not have an altercation. Like, in this instance, Karmelo Anthony was warned several times and made the threats against them. Touch me and find out. If you are trespassing on someone's property and you're threatening them, this is where things are getting into murky territory. You have potential provocation. You can't instigate a fight. You can't aggrieve someone, grab a knife and threaten them, and when they say, I'm not going to fight you, dude, and they go to push you, you kill them. That is not proportional force. What else can you do, right? I don't think any jury is going to find that to be a reasonable self-defense. If the narrative really was he was trying to stay out of the rain and Austin got up and grabbed him and then he stabbed him, there could potentially be something different here. But let me draw that distinction once again to make sure we're clear on what this means. He was warned several times and told he would not be attacked. He would not be fought. This changes everything. He's now escalating the conflict. Again, he comes into the tent, it's raining, and says, I'm not going to stand in the rain, and Austin gets up and goes to shove him. Then he reacts. Now you're dealing with a question of potential use of force. That's a different picture. Although I still think in that capacity, self-defense is tough. In this capacity, again, Austin said, I'm not going to fight you. There's no expectation of violence or harm, or minimally. And in fact, at that point, dude could have just walked away. Imagine telling a jury, and this is another important distinction in self-defense. Imagine telling the jury, I would rather kill a man than stand in the rain. Good luck with that. Check this out from Brianna Morello. We got a bunch of the coverage here. And then, of course, we have to get into the race question, which is the only real question in this case. During cross-examination, defense's own witness says Karmelo was wrong. Take a look at this.
Wait, what?
The prosecutor this is Frisco.
Wait a minute. Reaching Golden Eagle, thank you so much for the raid, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, so you're telling me that the defense got a witness and the defense is with the defense. So these are the people that are on the team of Karmelo Anthony, that they went up and they said, yeah, it was his fault.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
How does that happen?
17-year-old from Frisco Memorial returned to the stand. City called 911. The prosecutor asked him to demonstrate a stabbing motion, then pressed him on who he believed was in the right. I think Karmelo was in the wrong. When asked whether Karmelo Anthony provoked the confrontation, he answered yes. This is the distinction. Karmelo instigated this fight. You cannot instigate a fight and then claim self-defense. This is the same argument that came up in the Chud the Builder case. The question of whether or not Chud went up and confronted a guy, provoked him in some way, and then when the fight broke out, he used his gun. Now, just as an aside, in the Chud the Builder case, what we've learned is Chud attempted to disengage from this guy. There you go. I mean, it's nuts. They got this guy locked up on murder charges. Chud apparently is walking out of a civil hearing. The guy yells at him. He walks up and says something to him. The guy then says something back. Chud turns to walk away, and then the guy yells at him. As Chud is walking away, he turns back and says something. The dude starts hitting him. Apparently, the guy put Chud in a headlock, so Chud has his gun and reaches around to shoot, shooting himself in the arm and the guy. And they tried claiming that was attempted murder. You cannot provoke a fight. Now, in this instance, when Chud attempted to leave, I don't think it's reasonable to call that provocation. The moment Metcalf said, I'm not going to fight you, dude, that was it. The moment Chud turned to walk away, you have now, it is now entirely upon the people who then confront you after you've disengaged. Don't get me wrong. There's legal questions here. Take a look at Brianna Morello. She's got more. Day 2 of testimony in the Karmelo Anthony murder trial. The jury was shown a photo of the weapon used to kill Austin Metcalf. The photo was of a 5-inch folding knife with blood on it. 5-inch. The report says 3.5. They say when Karmelo Anthony heard Cortez say he had the alleged suspect, he said, "I'm not alleged. I did it. He put his hands on me. I told him not to."
Thanks for the follows, everyone.
Frisco firefighter Neil Adams testified and stated that Austin Metcalf was gray and didn't have a pulse when he responded because his heart had been pierced.
Jeez.
4 out of the 6 teens that testified today, this is from Brianna Morello, were black. Teen 3 said Austin Metcalf told Karmelo Anthony he was not going, quote, "to fight you at a track meet, dude." Teen 4 said Austin never got to grab Karmelo because Karmelo stabbed him so fast. Teen 6 said Carmelo's vein in his arm was visible, and it appeared he was grabbing something from his backpack. That something ended up being the knife that was used to kill Austin. The Daily Mail is also reporting that all the teens testified and said Karmelo was asked repeatedly to leave the tent. We've got more. This is today, of course.
Is it over now? Is
the
it
defense
over?
is putting their witnesses on the stand. Still, there's a possibility it could be going to the jury.
Is it already over, or is it like it's basically over?
JD Miles
Closing
says
arguments
the first
tomorrow?
defense witness, again, this is today, in the Carmelo Anthony murder trial on Monday, is 17-year-old Centennial High School student, football and track teammate of Carmelo Anthony. He says Carmelo was acting normal in the stadium when their team had arrived. The defense asked, "Would you agree with me that a football game is more of an our team versus our team culture?" I mean, your team? He says, "No, sir." "What about track? Is it more social?" "I would agree." "What would you do to pass the time?" Witness says, "Scroll on my phone, get food." Defense says, "What about spending time under other teams' tents?" The witness says, "I don't think I've ever had done it, but it never had crossed my mind like that." "Had you ever seen other kids who have done that? I can't put my finger in a time when I noticed." This is the defense asking this, by the way.
Yeah, what the
insane.
hell is going on?
Witness testifies.
This guy throwing, man. Like, what's happening? What's happening?
That the Centennial team was hanging out in the baseball dugout while waiting to determine if there was a rain delay in the start of the
double
track meet.
agent, man.
They had to leave and they didn't have a tent. He says they went out of the field to warm up. What happens once you get to the field and start to warm up? The rain had almost died down to a full stop and it started to pick up again. He says the team dispersed and Carmelo Anthony headed to the bleachers. "What made you notice him in the bleachers?" He says, "I was just looking around and I saw someone I recognized." He says he saw Anthony under the Memorial High School tent and it looked crowded. The defense says, "Describe what is happening." Everything looked completely normal. The defense asks, "Describe to the jury what you saw and what you thought." "I had looked up, and when I looked up, I heard a sound a lot like yelling. I hear louder voices over there. When I looked over there, people weren't facing the field anymore. They were looking back. Do you remember telling the detective my teammate might be in trouble and maybe I needed to go help him?" "Yes, sir. I thought there could be something wrong, and I wanted my teammates to see it too." Then we have a response from Alice English. It says, "Another setback for the defense. The witness declined to say whether Carmelo Anthony's were justified, offering no testimony." "Do you know if the shove was justified or not?" Howard asked. "No, sir." "Do you know whether Carmelo Anthony's actions were justified?"
Wait, guys, are public defenders like actually this bad? Man,
"No, sir." The point is, this is a defense's own witness.
It's not a public
saying,
defender?
"We don't go under other people's tents."
Wait, but people said it
I
was.
never even thought about it like that. I wonder if Carmelo Anthony, being friends with another kids, when the rain picked up, he ran to that tent because it was raining. All that matters is you can't argue you didn't want to stand in the rain, so you stabbed somebody. Again, when Austin said, I know it's like the 12th time, "I'm not going to fight you, dude," he pulled out a knife. Creole, Louisiana says, if the jurors find any amount of reasonable doubt regarding Carmelo Anthony's guilt or his claim of self-defense, they are legally required to return a not guilty verdict. If at least one juror holds a firm, reasonable doubt, Carmelo cannot be found guilty. No, that would be, depending on the jurisdiction, a mistrial and to be tried again. One person is not enough. They all have to have reasonable doubt. Made You Think says, that's why they made sure the jury was all white. There are jury members that will vote guilty no matter what the evidence shows. This guy, Crusader Bear, says, no, retard.
More racism.
The jury isn't all white. You're stupid. And they don't need an all-white jury to get a conviction. He's clearly guilty. It turns out that black people can't be trusted to be in juries. They admitted they won't prosecute him based on skin color, you racists. And then this guy calls him a cracker jack. Oh, boy, the race stuff coming.
Yep.
Marcy responds,
classic.
I'm saying this as an attorney. Carmelo so far has a 0% chance of winning this case. The defense has been atrocious. They called a witness who they met in the hallway who had hours of deposition with the prosecution. Do you understand how insane that is? Again, I think Karmelo Anthony is guilty, but I'm feeling bad for him due to this terrible defense. How about this? From Savannah Hernandez. Hear it right from the mouths of the activists.
If evidence does come out that Karmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs.
Oh boy. Do you see how this could be a problem though? Because what happens now, and you know, maybe it's already happening. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the case already, but because of all of this kind of sentiment that goes out, what's going to happen when other races do the same thing? Now it's just race wars, right? No, Arfield and Frill, thank you so much for the bits, by the way. Thank you so much. The whole situation sounds like a lot of squirrel crap. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Where do you think this is gonna go? I'll tell you what. Like, if I were on the receiving end of this, I'd be like, okay, well, if you guys want a race war, then I'm gonna win. That would honestly be how I would feel about it. Like, if this kept happening and it was like they're trying to make this into a race war, I'd be like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do what I can to win then.
We're gonna stand by ours regardless. I'm a mother first. I'm a black mother. Let me put that on there. I'm an African-American mother.
See, they're black before they're American. So, like, they already don't even see themselves as the same. Like, this person doesn't even see herself as the same as, like, you know, so, like, why do we even have a country at this point? Like, what's the point of it? I'm just being real. Like, what's the point of America? Like, why are we a part of the same country? Why do I pay taxes for your benefit? Why does any of this make sense?
So I have to put away my color first and step into the motherhood. Nobody wants to see their child slain. So I do want to send prayers to Austin Metcalf, their family. But at the end of the day, I got to think like, okay, what did you do to them or whatever to cause this to happen, the reaction? We got to start taking accountability for our kid.
Wait, hold on. We got to take accountability for our kids. He stabbed the other kid, but you don't think that he should be guilty even if he was guilty? What? Wait a minute. So if he was confirmed to be guilty, you would still fight against it.
Because then again, if my kid, that's why it's a catch-22. If my kid was Karmelo and I feel like his back was up against the wall, well, I'm going to tell you straight up, better mine than yours.
But that wasn't the... Did you have... How would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? How would you feel?
Better mine than yours. So either way it go, everybody loses. A black boy allegedly murdered, and I say allegedly, heavy on the allegedly, allegedly murdered somebody. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, this is about race. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they would.
Oh my God, bro, we're so cooked. Oh, we're so cooked, man. We're so cooked. Holy crap.
Wouldn't give a damn.
Who wouldn't give a damn?
Let me say.
Time to buy some alcohol and store it away like a squirrel. That way I can barter it for bullets. Which ones do you think I should buy? Should I get some Jack Daniels, guys? What do you think? You think Jack Daniels would do good in the war? When the race war happens? Okay, okay, what are the alcohols that white people want the most? I need those. Thank you so much to Archetypus. Thank you so much for the 100. Parabolic Death, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Drummer, as well, for that 100. Thank you. Whiskey, vodka, White Claw. Guys, come into my basement. I have some for barter. What do you have, Leaflit? What do you have for barter? Keep it on the down low, but White Claw.
Let's say the community.
So like if Carmelo Anthony was the one stabbed and killed by Austin Metcalf,
they wouldn't give a damn.
I come out here every Thursday.
That has to be the most insane interpretation of modern events I have ever seen, considering Trayvon Martin gets into a fight with a Hispanic guy, is ground pounding him, gets shot. There's a question of self-defense, and they created a decade-long movement that burned down buildings, murdered 30-plus people. I mean, are you kidding me? If Karmelo Anthony was the kid who had been stabbed by Austin Metcalf.
Thanks, Powerbrick. Vodka is useful for making vanilla. Also, buy 9 miller. I have a lot already, but I probably do need more bullets. I really need to get some armor. You know, before the race wars happen, you know, I could use some nice ceramic armor, you know. We have bullets for trades. It's our fault. Thank you. Because any kind of whiskey or bourbon. Yeah, it's a good idea.
She says no one would have cared. The community. Bro, if it was roles reversed, Metcalf would be in jail with no bond. Under armed, they'd have jurors coming in under armed guard as riots, burn down everything. You know, I know, because it already happened over and over again. I mean, George Floyd, a criminal chewing a speedball who literally just committed a crime, resists arrest. Chauvin shows up.
Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Obama.
After this.
Thanks for all the racism, Obama. Thank you.
Puts the knee neck restraint down, which they're trained to do, and they put the officer standing in front of the crowd in jail for the rest of his life. So don't come to me with those lies.
We pray for people going to court because we know this is the final frontier of racism, and it's legal. Here.
It was announced yesterday that there's no black jurors that were chosen. What are your thoughts on that?
That's why we need God.
You know they both get to pick, right? You know they both get to pick the jury. Did you know that?
That's why we need God, and that's why He's going to show who's in control.
And would you be...
You're not escaping it. You, me, we are not escaping it. These people demand jurors that are black. Why? Because they feel white people can't be fair. Well, we got a serious problem in that in and of itself. You got a black woman saying she's going to stand by hers no matter...
Yeah, see, this is why whenever I get jury duty, I just tell them I'm racist. Yeah, sorry, I'm racist, guys. You don't want me on this. I'm super fucking racist. Against who? Everyone. Everyone.
What? Because you'd do it the same. Okay? Good luck having your race-neutral utopia. I got to be honest. Democrats don't even want that. They want...
Yeah, you might not know this, but I have an award. Mr. Proxism, thank you so much for the 500, by the way. If you say White Claw 3 times, you might summon Brandon, and he'll be a powerful ally in the war.
They want discrimination. They advocate for it. They try to get it codified into law. Republicans are the one fighting it.
You generally welcome jury duty. No, I was just memeing. I actually do too. I've never been selected for jury duty. I've gone like every time, and I go there and I sit at the court. And I literally just sit there the whole day. And then they go, okay, like, you're not needed here. And I'm like, well, thanks. You know, I just end up going home every fucking time, right? I don't know, man. Michael Rothbard, thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, if you think you're going to have your race neutral, like, look, I love it. when people of various backgrounds get together and they talk about merit and ideas over anything else. But when you exist with, you know what I'll call it the
Dude, I kind of want to go have jury duty so that like I can play the Death Note music every time I give my take. You know what I mean? Like if I could just play it, like I bust out my phone and I play the Death Note song every time I have to talk.
Bang citizen, Big Bang citizens. We call them Big Bang citizens. These are people who, okay, you're gonna get mad at me, but these are people who need a laugh track, right? These are people who watch a show and don't know when to laugh. They're not being persuaded by facts of the case, and that's what's terrifying.
No.
And I also think that's what Democrats
people never are.
We got this from Andrew Brank.
The older I get, the more I realize that you know that old I don't know if he's Indian or whatnot, but that old guru guy, and he goes, "But the people are retarded."
But the people are retarded.
It's like actually true. You know what I mean? Like actually that guy, it might seem silly, but you know that guy actually might be like an old wise man, like for real. You know, it sounds like real actual advice.
The Barrington Report says don't really care about the Carmelo Anthony case. However, the reactions to it on social media are quite disappointing. Black and now white Americans are going absolutely retarded over race in 2026. Branca says, I think we're learning quite a lot, actually. He's got a couple images. Interracial violent crime. White on black versus black on white. 20 incidents per 100,000.
What? And this is just, hold on, is this just like total oh my God, bro.
So white on black crime is 22.6 per 100,000. And
guys, I'm just being real. Like, can we actually do something about this? And you know, like, can we fix this? Like, there's gotta be a way to fix this, right? I mean, we can't just keep letting this happen. You know, this is again, this is bad for black people too. This is bad for everybody. Why do we keep letting it happen? Ship them out? Well, okay, like the people that actually do it, yeah, sure, I agree. Actually, if they're actually the people doing this, then yeah, we should buy Greenland and put them there. You know what I mean? We just do an Australia 2.0, right? Or dude, we could do the moon. We could do the moon actually, like soon, right? We could do the moon, and then we just send people to the moon, right? Like, but like actually, you know, we just do like Australia 2.0. I mean, that's what we did before, right? Not America, but you know, this is what Europe did. They sent them all to Australia. Just send it to Mexico or Australia. We send them this Liberia, Penal Colony Luna. Yeah. Man.
Black on white is 1,038. There are 46 times more black on white crimes than white on black. And they say you stand by your own. And then, of course, he posts the per capita murder rates by age and race.
Fuck.
White male murderers per 100,000. 7.5 between the
Wait, hold on. There is more black female murderers than white males. Oh my God, we gotta fix this. Like this is a problem. Okay, like we need to fix this. Like, I don't know, culture, whatever the hell you want to pick. I don't really care. We need to do something about this. We can't keep doing this.
Of 15 and 64.
They didn't even put Asians on this chart.
10.6 between the ages of 15 and 64.
You didn't know this?
Black male.
I did.
95.5.
I did, but when it's pointed out again, it's just, oh my dude. Oh my goodness. 207. there's obviously an issue, guys. There's obviously an issue. It needs to be called out. It needs to be fixed. We can't just keep ignoring this and saying this is because of racism. Like, we need to fix this.
Murderers
This is
per
ridiculous.
100,000.
Yeah, El Salvador. Oh, dude, that is such a good idea. Yeah, I was saying that. Like, we should just outsource it to El Salvador because they know how to handle it. So we just, like, pay them some money, let them do it, right? It's better than sending, like money all over the world, right? It's better than sending money for, what do you call it, for gay plays in Istanbul or whatever the hell we were doing, you know?
Black females, 8.7. That's very low. Hispanic females, look at that, 2.3, and white females, 1.6. And once again, the Asians are excluded. Probably because Asians, 0. I'm not even kidding. It was like none. Here's what's crazy. This is oft-cited that there are, you take a look at the numbers. So if we go by projected lifetime for all life from 0 to life, 4,508 per 1,000. That's crazy. So the funny thing is 65 plus white males, 0.6 per 100,000. That's
I mean, it might be a culture thing. I don't know. It might be just feel like, you know, you act out of line, you get the belt, you know. It's just it was that easy, you know. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real. We should bring back hitting kids. Am I wrong? We should bring it back. We need to bring that shit back, dude.
That's crazy.
Fuck them kids.
Now,
you know?
between 15 and 24, it's 13. It's a lot higher.
Put on extra jeans. Okay, you gotta admit that was really smart, though. You gotta admit that was like a genius play on my part, right? Increase the AC so that I don't take as much damage. I mean, obviously, right? Like, yeah. I mean, I learned that from Final Fantasy.
15 to 24-year-old black male murderers is 207. That's just absolutely crazy. People were pointing out, these are FBI crime stats, that a wealthy, they said like a wealthy old black woman is more likely to commit a murder than like a poor white elderly guy or something. I don't. That's not on here though, so I don't want to say that I don't got.
Her dad needed the max level studded belt. Yeah, it wasn't like strong enough, just like the regular leather belt. So yeah, I had lots of defense against it.
But we can take a look at this. There are more black female murderers than there's more black female murderers than white male murderers, and even by demo, 15 to 24, it's 16.9 black females.
Did you guys ever see that clip of like there was like this black mother and like her kid went to protest and then the mom went there and like dragged his ass out of there, like picked him up by like the scruff of his neck and dragged him out and told him like, if you ever do this again, I'm gonna whoop your ass. That shit was so funny. I know. Like, we need more of that. You know what I mean? That's what we need. We need more of that.
To 13.2 for whites. 25 to 34, it's 11.1 for whites and 13.3 for black females. Around 35 to 64 is when black females have a
Dude,
low...
I'm just being real. Okay, hear me out. What they need to do to keep their kids off the streets is you got to get your kid and put them in the Kool-Aid pineapple making mines. Right? Like the next time your kid's like, Mom, I'm going to go out. You're like, no, son, you are cutting pineapples and you are making Kool-Aid. That's what you're doing. Yeah. That's what you're doing, right? We need some money. Get in the kitchen. Get in the basement. Yeah, that's what they need to do. It's time to cook.
Or murder rate. Now, I genuinely wonder if this has to do with generational issues. Seriously.
You made some Kool-Aid pineapple at work. Is it actually good? It just seems like it's too sweet to me, to be honest. Like, pineapple is already really sweet, and then you put, like, Kool-Aid on it. It's like, that sounds awful. You know? I don't know. It just seems awful. Well, I mean, you just gotta give your kid something to do, right? Like, you can't just be like, yeah, like, I'm gonna go hang out with the boys. Okay, well, what are you gonna do? Like, you just can't do that. You know, especially if you're living in a place where there's gangs. I mean, like, why would you do that? I don't know. Maybe it's not as simple. I don't know. I don't live in that kind of a situation, so I don't know. It might be more complicated than that. But regardless, the solution isn't to do nothing. There has to be. We have to look into it. We have to find something, right? Like, this is This is ridiculous to just let it happen over and over again. And again, it does a huge disadvantage. It's a huge disadvantage to like these communities.
I don't know. The point is, this is the question that's being brought up. Take a look at this. From r/black men, the trifecta of the Karmelo Anthony trial, a Republican DA, a Republican judge, and an all-white jury.
Who the fuck is
Hasn't the
Leaflit?
verdict already been reached before the trial began? Is the argument they're making that even though we haven't seen the facts of the case, these people are going to rule on them correctly? Their argument...
You mean like you mean like what you guys tried to do to fucking Rittenhouse? You mean like that? You mean how like you all said he was guilty before like there was any evidence of anything? Yeah, you mean like that?
They're making is that these people are all racist and are going to lock him up no matter what. The reality is, when you look at the facts of the case,
anti-white narrative that the whites are the antagonists,
it's just not case in terms of self-defense. But
it's just not like this. It's not statistically true, and obviously there are some people that there are some white kids who commit murder and they're bad and they're racist, obviously. But look at the fucking data, please. I'm begging them, like please, please. Black people, look at the data, understand the truth, and then fix it. That's all I'm saying. It's like whatever it takes. Like let's fix this. I don't want this bad situation for Black people either. Okay, guys? Like guys, I care about, I have more love for Black people than all of the woke people combined. All of the woke people combined just want this to keep happening. This is what I mean. I'm like the least racist person. I'm trying to solve but like, how can we solve this problem? I'm advocating for that.
Frank may disagree. There's a lot easier cases where a guy's running for his life screaming, please don't, I'll shoot you. And the guy starts beating with a crowbar, so he shoots him, right? This is an incident where there was a debate over how it all went down, who did what, who started a fight. Branca maintained the point consistently, you can't use a knife against someone threatening to shove you. And I'd actually, I don't know how I feel about that. Not that I think Karmelo Anthony's in the right. I think the
DS History says, Leaflit, as a Black guy, you can't fix them. They're too annoying to be around, extremely low impulse control. Man, how do we solve it then? Like, what do you think? Do you think that there's a way... Like, as a Black guy, like, what do you think we can do to solve it? Like, what's the play here? Do we need to like do something about the culture? Like, do we need to have like leaders in the Black community, like maybe shut down like negative culture that's causing like negative cultural pressure? Like, what do we need to do here? The problem is like how much of this is genetic, right? Like I'm actually thinking about it. Like, how much of it is like a disposition issue, right? Like nature, right? Obviously, I'm not saying everyone's like that. You know, we've talked about this before, but like, how much of the lack of impulse control is that, right? Because if you think about it, like, put it this way, right? Let me put it this way. In a situation in which you have tribes that are warring, then it's of benefit to have that.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
Do you see what I mean? Like the low impulse control, like the incredible aggressive like nature is very, very, very good in a situation in which like you have to like protect your tribe to survive against like a different tribe, right? Like in like a warring state sort of a scenario, it would be more beneficial to have that, right? Because then your genetics would get passed on more because you're killing the enemy. Do you understand here? Which would lead to like the genetics of people that do that getting passed on further in society. Whereas whereas like in like a kind of Western developmental scenario, it's not genetically that would not happen because you can't do that in like a kind of where civilization was going in the West. That wasn't really possible, right? Look at South Africa. See, and this is why you can honestly, like, oh my God, bro. See, you can solve all of this by just being, you can honestly solve so much of this by just being completely meritocratic about everything. if you don't have any sort of advantages, no sort of governmental assistance or anything like that, it would make it a pure meritocracy. So it would make it that the people that are incapable of actually functioning in society, that they would just naturally not have the resources to actually like do anything with their lives. How do we fix genetics? Well, my hope is that we can fix it with genetic engineering. But, you know, a lot of people don't like that solution. I think that's a pretty damn good solution, honestly. Like, if we could look at a genetic group and find out, like, okay, this is the thing that, like, you know, we could use AI to find out, okay, this is the thing that makes people have really low impulse control. If we could, like, fix that, then, like, I feel like that solves a lot of the problem in, like, a good way. Leafgenics? Sure. If it gets a better result, then sure. I don't really care. I'm not really about like idea purity, right? Like if you can prove to me that this is going to be like, if we could set up like a genetic engineering thing that makes it better, then fine. You know, like what's wrong with that, right? I didn't see anything wrong with that. Here comes the Führer. What is Führer leaflet? Can I, okay, listen, if I'm going to be called the Führer leaflet, can I at least be like the guy from Full Metal Alchemist? And can I just have like the full title, like all of it? Like, can I be like the, what was it, President, what would they call him? The Führer president? Can I be like that at least? Yeah, Führer King, no, it was President Führer King Bradley. Wasn't it President Führer King Bradley? Wasn't that his name? No, wait, really? He didn't have president in there? Ugh. Damn, that's lame. It would have been cool to have the whole thing, though. But anyway, Chancellor Palpatine. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Chancellor Leaflet. That sounds good. That's a good. Hold on, let me try it on. Let me try it on. Okay, guys, call me Chancellor Leaflet real quick, okay? We're gonna try this out. We're gonna see how it sounds. All right. Okay, here we go.
Is Leaflit?
I am the Senate. I am the Senate. That doesn't seem like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just not working for me. It's not working. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think that would be like a good solution, right? Like if we could use AI to accelerate AI, like genetic engineering, and then we can like isolate to find out like what traits cause like that type of nature, if it's a thing. I mean, I'm hypothesizing. I think it's like if I had to guess, I'd say it's like 95% true. It's gonna be like 95% that like it's the case where there's some kind of genetic factor to nature. So if we can take that, use AI to figure out genetics, like accelerate it as fast as possible, figure out how we can genetically engineer people to like take away that kind of a disposition. And like, I mean, it's probably good, right? I mean, what's wrong with it? I mean, I just think it's a better solution than shit other people are coming up with. I'm not a big fan of genocide, you know? So it's like, CRISPR nanomachines, just need a nanoparticle. Like, I mean, culture, is it linked to testosterone? Just make them all trans? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way. They have higher estrogen levels. Wait, do they? I don't think so. That doesn't make sense. I thought they had a higher testosterone. I thought that was the issue. Culture seems like the real one to hit, honestly, because I mean, let's be real. I mean, we got to be real with ourselves here, right? There is like a cultural pressure in a lot of those communities, and it's not this one, by the way, is not just Black communities. This is like all communities. There is a cultural pressure for violence. You know, as much as I hate to say it, like, you know, I feel like a lot of those people that were like, actually, you shouldn't be listening to that music because it's bad and it's like gonna make you. It's gonna psyop you into thinking like, you know, bad stuff is good. Like, maybe they were kind of right, honestly. I don't know. Well, but the thing is, his rap music wasn't always like that either, right? Like it kind of became more like people just kept pushing the envelope. Actually, that kind of happened with everything, isn't it? Like you give them an inch, they take a mile, sort of a thing, right? Where it just kept getting worse and worse. Make decency the priority again. See, the thing is like if okay, guys, we need to get rid of welfare, because welfare allows people to like not have to function in society to exist. It's true. Because if you have welfare, then you're not really reliant on your community, right? So then like you don't really have any sort of obligation to your community. So like maybe we just remove that mimetic viruses and entities. I mean, I'm trying, dude. Yes, we need more spellcasting on our side. We are seriously mage deficient. We are seriously mage deficient on the conservative side. Anyone to the right of anywhere to the right of Mao, like we have no spellcasters. We need more mages. Right, which is why I keep encouraging you guys to get into AI, start making cool shit. Like we need more psyop. People think being a bad boy is cool and being nice or normal is gay. Get rid of welfare. Yeah, I really think welfare is the issue, right? Because if it's all voluntary, then like you can't be an asshole to your community if you want to get aid from them, right? Like if you have like these community things that give people support, if you're always an asshole and you're robbing people, they're gonna say, yo, that guy robbed me, I don't want to give him anything, right? The problem is no dads.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
No dads. Sovereign Regina Leaf. You know what? I like that. Excavation. I like that. Sovereign Regina Leaf. I like that. That's gonna be my title. Thank you. That's a good one. There's a documentary how detrimental welfare does this to people in society over time. I mean, we all know this, right? This is obvious. Dude, I gotta change my pronouns to that. Sovereign Regina Leaflet. That like forced them to call me that, right? I gotta put that in my bio, dude. My pronouns are Sovereign Regina. I don't know if welfare is the issue as much as failed systems and corrupt governance. I feel like welfare is a part of that. Not using condoms? This is a very complicated issue, isn't it, chat? It's a very complicated issue. How do we solve this? You want to know the easiest way to solve this, actually? I'm gonna be real. It's gonna hurt, though. It's gonna hurt. But hear me out. We need to go full fucking, like, RoboCop. Like, I'm just being real. Like, we need to just go into, like, these areas, and anybody that does any crime just instantly gets thrown in jail. Like, we just put them all in a box. Like, everyone that commits a crime goes into the box, basically, for, like, maximum. You know what I mean? Like, if we just enforce the law as hard as possible, then it won't be possible anymore to be like that. No, and think about it. This doesn't affect any of the it doesn't affect any of the minorities that don't commit crime. Right, because if you're a black dude and you don't commit any crime, you're not gonna get thrown in jail. Right? So like all we do is we go hard on crime, like super hard. Like maximize sentences for everything. And then we just build a super prison. Or we ship them to Bukele. I do and I don't agree. I like welfare as it is. Has allowed me to put a full focus on my startup business. But there are times when many people are abusing the system. I think you want to know a welfare that I could get behind, honestly. I could get behind a welfare system in which you don't get to pick what you get. Like you show up to a place and they're like, this is the stuff that's expiring tomorrow. You can have it. That should be what welfare should be. Welfare should be like, you get whatever slop no one wants. That should be welfare. in my opinion. Hear me out, a Punisher program. Government cheese is actually good. They should want it. That sounds ass. Yes, it's supposed to sound ass, actually. So, Soulzen, it's supposed to be ass. Like welfare is supposed to be ass. It's not supposed to be comfortable. You should be eating like the chicken that's spoiled tomorrow. That's what you should be eating on welfare, to be honest. Like nothing prepared that isn't in a can. Unless they have like frozen meals that are expiring. They could get those too, right? Like gizzards and stuff. Dude, gizzards are good though. Gizzards are so good if you cook them right. They're delicious. I actually order gizzards all the time. Diamond, thank you so much for the sub, by the way. Thank you. I agree, most basic nutritional foods. Oh, not even that, honestly. I'm not even going that far that like, listen, we need to give them the most nutritious stuff. No, it's just whatever is like old and we don't want it. Like, like the apples that they just don't look quite right. Like maybe there's like a hole in them or something like that. Or they're kind of getting a little weird. Yeah, we should give those. Walmart donates all the stuff that's about to expire. Yeah, but see, the government should no, not the government. Actually, the government should do nothing. The government should get out of this, honestly. But we should have that's what we should give out for welfare instead. Yeah, the government ruins everything. Yeah, and again, like if we honestly, I think it's that simple. I changed my mind. It's actually that simple. We just, guys. It's that simple. If they commit a crime, we lock them in jail maximum amount of time and they can't fucking jail. Right? As long as we're not like doing the thing where they go, actually, I'm trans. And then like we put them in like the women's jail. Like as long as we don't do that, then like they're not breeding anyway. So like it's good then. Right? And then all of the people who are good law-abiding citizens can have kids. This is a good idea. Maybe having butt sex? Honestly, good. Good. Have all the butt sex you want in jail. Whatever, I don't care. Like I don't care. Individual cages, don't let them create any group. Must be full isolation. And then what we should do, honestly, in the jail, oh my God, guys. So what we do is we take the jail and we serve them even more slop in jail. Like, honestly. Like, your meals are just like a fucking bowl of oatmeal or like grits or something. You know what I mean? And that's it. And it's just like fucking slop. Like, you just, you give them a little, like, there's like wooden things that like you give to like horses and shit. And then you just like throw it in there. Like here's your slop. Right? And then what you do is you say, listen, actually we have burgers. But that's for people that work. That's for people that work and behave. They get to have burgers because they can buy them. Right? You want a burger, you can buy it, but only if you work.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
Right? I think it's a good idea. They're going to riot? Okay, then if they riot, then you lock them up you increase their sentences. You got to make them know that they can't do any of this. And then if they riot to the point they start shooting, they start hurting people, then you shoot them. This is like so easy. Like, dude, I'm like literally solving this on stream. Honestly, even better, you could put fucking shock collars on all of them. You know what I mean? We just get Hassan, like we contract Hassan. Like, yo, how did you do that to your dog, bro? Like, bro, how did you do that? Like, yo, could you teach us? You know? I solved society. I did. I actually did, honestly. I feel like I solved society, like, actually. It's never gonna be that easy. You're obviously trolling. Well, I mean, okay. What's better? My solution or, like, we just do nothing, like, right now? Like, we just keep going. You're like, oh, maybe you'll just get fixed next time. Let's kick it down the road. I don't know. I think my solution is great. We've hit our authority arc, dude. It's not even authoritarian, dude. It's not even authoritarian, man. Like, dude, just repeater offender issue is huge too. Yeah, then you just, dude. Okay, what you do is like you make it you. Oh my god, dude. You make it a stacking debuff. Like every time they go to jail for even longer. And then like yeah, they just keep going to jail even longer. Yeah. It's like the first time you go to jail, maybe like you get we make it like a stacking debuff. Like the next time you go to jail, then you're like solitary confinement the whole time, you know? Something like that. You know, a maximum security prison in Russia where the inmates aren't allowed to lie down during the day and have to walk around but in a 90-degree angle all day. Holy fuck, dude. This is what I'm saying. We should get Bekele to do it. He knows what he's doing. Like, have you seen his jails, man? Dude, the prisoners in those jails, dude, they're super obedient. You see that shit? Yeah, we should just do that. Dude, can you imagine when we accelerate? It's gonna be so good once we accelerate. We accelerate technology to where we can literally put them in a box, like a little box that's like the size of it's like a coffin. We could put them in a little coffin and then just plug their brains into, like, you know, Sword Art Online or whatever. It'd be great. Oh my god, guys, I had the best idea. I'm a genius. In the future, when we invent this technology, we get all the criminals, right? We put them into like a little box where they're connected permanently to like, you know, some kind of Sword Art Online thing. And we make them
Who the fuck is
the
Leaflit?
NPC AI for Grand Theft Auto. It will be like so fucking realistic, man. I'm memeing? Well, like, am I really though? Am I really memeing? Like, if we had the technology, like, why wouldn't we do it? Yeah, we can make them like all the trash mobs in like games, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Overdoses already do that. It's history. Hardcore GTA, dude. What about Gladiator Gel Cell Arena with food drops? Like the fucking Hunger Games, but like actually, it's like the Hunger Games, but they're actually hungry. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Dude, that's so crazy. Oh my god. Ah, man. That's funny.
The testimony clears this up. But I want you to imagine what you would do if, nondescript circumstance, a guy walks up to you and then goes to shove you. What amount of force are you then allowed to use? Yeah, in West Virginia, you approach me, I'm drawing up and telling you to stop moving because you are a threat to me. That being said, I understand in the case of Karmelo Anthony, he approached Metcalf. Metcalf said, I'm not going to fight you. When Metcalf said, you got to go, and went to push him out of the tent before it was any threat of any physical harm, he stabbed him. The only thing Karmelo Anthony could have expected was that he was going to get pushed out. Imagine someone putting their hand on your back and pushing you. That's it. No physical harm. There's no reasonable threat of harm in this capacity.
But the serious thing is like just increasing enforcement of all law. A serious answer is like you make the penalties for stuff insanely hard, insanely harsh, specifically for really bad laws, like any like violent laws, right? Like you know any sort of homicide, assault, like all of the typical like assault that we could add like a modifier for like if it's unprovoked or whatever. Like for instance, like an unprovoked theft, like we could do that unprovoked. Yeah, if we add like a thing for unprovoked, then yeah, then we can increase the penalties by like an insane amount, and then just put everyone in like a mega prison. Honestly, it'd probably be cheaper. than dealing. I don't know. I think it's better than sending money overseas. That's for sure.
Here we go. Reddit's got its AI now, but it's pointing out the liberal perspective on this one. All white jurors. It's not all white. It's just there's no black jurors. My understanding is that it's not necessarily all white. We don't necessarily know for sure. And this is where we go. This is where we're at. Tyson Goodsill, 17-year-old football player, was executed in cold blood by a gang of Somalis in Mankato, Minnesota on May 23rd, 2026. I saw this going viral. So let me...
White girl, 1776. Haro, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. How you doing, Haro? Oh, thank you.
Pull up this story. And here it is. 3 men arrested, charged in shooting death of 17-year-old Tyson
The
Goodsill.
solution is slavery? No. Oh, sell them, sell the inmates? Let's think about this. Make inmates into slaves. I don't think that creates like a good result, really. I think my solution's better. Because I feel like my solution is it's kind of the same, but then it's the incentive is within the person, because I feel like just pure slavery, all it does is make people mad and gives them resentment. I think it's better to channel that into something better. So that's why I think that my solution of giving them the fucking the fucking pig trough with like the slop oatmeal that we give them every day, I feel like we do that, and then we offer them to be able to purchase better food through hard work. I think that would be better. It would teach better values. It would lead to a better end game. I feel like if you're gonna make them slaves, you might as well just execute them, to be honest. I'm just being real. I think it would be about the same in effect. And then you don't, yeah.
That he was ambushed. They shot and killed him. They don't believe the shooting was random, and some of Goodsill's classmates say he was bothered by a group before he was killed. And they say, if it was the other way around, nobody would care. Where are the riots? Where's the unrest? Where's the anger over these kids who are killed? Do you guys remember when that autistic white kid was kidnapped in Chicago by a group of black people? It was like 2 women and a guy, and they tortured him on live stream. This is insane. Look, man, racists are racists.
Yeah, wait, what?
Where's the anger over these kids who are killed? Do you guys remember when that autistic white kid was kidnapped in Chicago by a group of black people?
Oh, I remember that.
It was like 2 women and a guy, and they tortured him on live stream.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is insane. Look, man.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
Racists are racists. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, whatever. Racists are racists. There's many, many black supremacists. They do not like white people. They are racist against white people. They do not believe that white people can be trusted.
Yeah.
And this is where we're currently at.
It's true.
And then white liberals.
This is why the idea that like white people are the only people that are racist, and then other people can't be racist, is so ridiculous. It's so obvious that that's not true.
Differential. Race conflict, man. I don't know that it ever goes away. I don't. But we'll see. We've got this trial still underway, so we'll see what the jury comes back with. Smash the like button, share the show. Stay tuned. We're back tonight at 8 p.m. for Timcast IRL. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all then.
Dude, honestly, I can fix all of these problems with game design. Because as a game designer, I understand I have to understand like player psychology like really well to be a good game designer. So like I think I could fix it, honestly. If I just gamify like prison, I could make it better. It's really, really easy. You just think about like the incentive, right? If you consider the nature of people, there's 3 things. Three things in life. If you consider a person's nature, a person's capability, and a person's goals, and you like put those 3 together, you can generally find out where they're going. Right? So like you just do the same thing, but with prisoners. And then you make it into a game where they stay at level 1 unless they do stuff that is positive. So that's what we should do. Leaflit private prison. Dude, I wonder if we can actually turn them into engineers and scientists. You think we could? Doctors and engineers. Because we make doctors and engineer the final level. And in the final level, you can eat like really good food and have like a nice cell. Maybe we do that. Maybe we can. Are we Dead Man Wonderlanding this? Is it, wait, is that what happened in Dead Man Wonderland? I don't know. Wait, is that what happened? Wait, what? Make them run games eternally DM. I heard that they started introducing Dungeons and Dragons to prisons and like it had a pretty positive effect. Is that true? I'm pretty sure something like that occurred. Yeah, oh right here. Yeah, right here. It's a Vice video about it. Yeah, they started allowing them to play D&D. Sadly, new D&D 2 woke. Yeah, well, we can just let them play Angel Sword, and then the prisons don't have to pay for the books. When you talk about your skill set as a game designer, it reminds me how creator of Sending to Your True. I can just talk about this experience as a web designer. Wait, it was someone else who made it. Sending to Archetype. It wasn't you. I swear, I thought you made that. The last thing we need is a D&D beef in person. Dude, can you imagine that? Like a DM TPK's the party and then he gets fucking shanked. You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. You killed my kobold. You killed my kobold mage. Now you're dead. It's like, you're gonna bleed out, remembering. Where's your saving throws? The guy bleeding out on the ground. You just failed your first saving throw. Everyone in the prison just plays wrong. Dude, he goes, all right, guys, I have a plan. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm the DM. Welcome. The premise of this thing is you're all trapped in a dungeon. You're in these cells, and these cells have a toilet, a bed, and sheets. All right, and this is how it looks like. Every cell has 2 people in it. All right, the object of the game is how do you sneak out past the guards? We have to think together. How are we gonna do this? And it's like the dungeon is like just literally the same layout as the fucking jail.
No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape.